But what I know is I'm feeling just fine.
My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, man. Well, you just can't be all the way honest. So, if any of y'all seen this little thing going on with Diddy and Mace, I'm gonna just use this as a example of sometimes you just can't keep it all the way real. So Diddy came on the Breakfast Club and he said, hey, you know what? I'm tired of this. You know, I'm gonna bring all my receipts, man. I ain't do nothing, terrible to nobody. I'm good with everybody. Mace came out like, pretty much everybody dead. What are you talking about? You can't say you did anything for anybody. And Diddy had a reputation of, not doing people right on these contracts. But the irony of it is Mace. How can Mace talk bad about it? Mace got with Bad Boy. Mace became a multi-millionaire. Mace became a multi-platinum selling artist. Mace stopped rapping and became a preacher and got let out of his contract. Then somehow, Mace seemed to be fraudulent in his wanting at church in the way he did it. He did some sucker things, if I'm not mistaken. But Mace said, but he wanted to come back to the music industry. He came back, per se. And then he bounced out back again. So he was in, he was out, he was in, he was out, and then he stayed out. And then Mace, was about to be part of G-Unit. And that was like, and 50 Cent was like, I tried, but man, Mace being Mace. And subsequently, years went on, And now Mace had somewhat of an issue with 5-Year Foreign, because 5-Year Foreign feels like Mace did him dirty with the contract. So the irony of all this is sometimes you just can't be all the way honest, because truth be told, if you're all the way honest, you'll have to actually put yourself on the chopping block too. And some people aren't willing to do that. And unfortunately, this is one of those scenarios, in my opinion, when, Diddy's already looked at as the bad guy. But even after all of these years gone, he's not looked at as much as the bad guy, because, he's patched things up with the LOX to a degree. No, go. My dog's whining. But he patched things up with the LOX. He patched things up with Shine. G-Dep, that's a whole nother situation, because he had to go sit down, because of something he did. You get what I'm saying? And when it came to, I think him and Lil Kim is good. Big's family, I'm pretty sure they're straight. I'm sure people got issues because, people do that with a lot of artists. No. But now we got to deal with the reality. When it comes to Mace, Cam said he would do sideways stuff. I'm sure they probably on better terms, but he was, you don't see Cam and Mace hanging out like that, because it's like, because Cam is like, hey man, he kind of do some shaky stuff from time to time. That's what it is. Now, I don't know about his church or what the church members would say. If I'm not mistaken, Pimp C was talking about Mace when he was talking about getting caught with the man that identifies as a woman in the car in Atlanta. If I'm not mistaken. So, it's touchy, right? So here's the thing, like, when you still taking shots at one person because, hey man, I feel like you did me dirty. And Mace may have a real reason to feel like Diddy did him dirty. But at the same time, people can see that, yo, you did Diddy dirty too. He thought you was gonna go off and be part of the clergy, and you kind of flip-flop back and forth at your convenience and was playing games. So come on, man. Now, the other thing, no matter how you slice it, executives and artists always kind of have a tension. Think about it. You know, people say Diddy did him wrong. People say Jimmy Iovine did him wrong. People talked about Master P for a while, at a time, not for a while. You know, Baby, not so much Slim, but let's just say the executives of Cash Money, they was talking about them. And I'm just trying to use black artists or people who work with black artists in particular. I remember how DMX had an issue with DNY. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times artists and execs have a little bit of attention. You know, one's bringing in the money, one's doing all the behind the scenes stuff. So it's like, you know, you shouldn't be getting more than me, and they like, you shouldn't be getting more than me. It's just interesting. So with all the tension, you got to just take it into consideration that everybody doesn't want to put all their cards on the table. Now, but Diddy issuing a challenge to say, hey man, if you could produce receipts, I'll pay you in 24 hours. May should have been like, I got receipts. Instead, he started barking, and then went from barking to church people, you got to get it together. That's a problem, just in my opinion. But tell me what you think about situations like this. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.